Why is it, do you think, that people get married?
Passion.
No.
It's interesting because I would have taken you for a romantic. Why then?
Because we need a witness to our lives. There's a billion people on the planet. I mean, what does any one life really mean? But in a marriage, you're promising to care about everything. The good things, the bad things, the terrible things, the mundane things. All of it, all the time, every day. You're saying your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it. Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will be your witness.
You're not doing your job as a parent if you're allowing your kids to trash their room, not make their bed, put their things away, hang up their clothes. You're not doing your job. They need to master their space. That's the number one skill for them to master their life. If they can't master their bed and master the space and honor, respect the place that you live in, that's a problem. You as a leader are not doing your job if you allow this to take place. Teach them. This is how we work in this home. This is what's important to me, and you have to have these foundational skills. You're just letting them throw things, keep food in their room, whatever. That's not how you create a successful family.
Makes you happy. I know it's all too late, but I'll stay. I'll wait anyway, anyway. And I know this ain't about me, but I'll be here just in case. I hope it makes you happy. I know it's all too late, but I'll stay. I'll wait anyway, anyway. And I know this ain't about me, but I'll be here just in case. I hope it makes you happy. I know it's all too late, but I'll stay. I'll wait anyway, anyway. And I know this ain't here just in case. I hope it makes you happy. I know it's all too late, but I'll stay. I'll wait anyway, anyway.
Nobody tells you when you have kids how much you're going to miss your partner. Nobody talks about that.
You better stop preaching here.
Nobody
We
talks
going
about
to church?
that.
Is that what we doing?
And
Yeah.
Come on now.
and my wife Rachel and I have gone through this episode.
Yes, sir.
And we have a 3.5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
Yeah.
And so we've kind of done it twice in the last 4 years, where you have to like redefine yourself.
Yeah.
And you get so stuck trying to take care of this being, this human being, and all of your oxytocin is focused on this point that you forget to point any of it at each other.
Yes.
And this is where that parallel living comes up, and it takes active intervention to prevent it. Like you can't just
There's no
figure it
button.
out.
There is a house built out of stone, wooden floors, walls, and window sills, tables and chairs warmed by all of the dust. They don't feel alone. This is a place where I feel at home.
The couples who actually make it to forever aren't the ones who never fight. It's the ones who hit rock bottom, walked through hell together, and still chose each other anyway. The strongest marriages aren't the perfect-looking ones. They're the ones that got messy as hell. The screaming, the silence, the resentment, the I can't do this anymore, even the fucking betrayal. And somehow those two still chose to stay when every sign said walk away. Young love is easy. Real marriage takes growing the hell up. Most relationships fail because two adults are acting like emotional children, blowing up at every trigger, refusing to communicate, needing to win every argument, and treating every discomfort like a damn exit sign. That's not marriage. That's two egos trying to survive each other. But the couples who crawl back from the edge of divorce, they evolve. They finally understand that emotions shift, people are complicated, and letting your temper drive the relationship is the fastest way to burn it to the ground. So they stop reacting like a fuse. They start thinking before they explode. They choose repair over revenge. They take responsibility instead of throwing blame. They act like adults, which is what marriage actually requires. Walking away doesn't fix immaturity. Fixing your shit does. Marriage was never, don't fight. Marriage is, we fought, we bled, we damn near broke apart, but we still chose each other.
This is facts right here.
I want him to be in control. Like, I'm desperate for him to be the man that I know he is.
He is the man you know he is.
Because I need him to step up and he doesn't. And it just...
What would stepping up look like for you? Doing whatever you want, when you want it, as you want it? That's not stepping up. That's a piece of that gets rolled over.
Facts.
Paying attention to you every second, 24/7, responding to all your fake problems, and with the same drama that you create them in so you can feel significant. There's two ways to be significant. Do something significant. He's done that. The other one is make up significant stories with big-ass problems. Make them bigger than they are times 10 so that people will pay attention to you. You think the problem is him, or that you should try to change the feminine. You have to shut up and honor this man, or you have no future. How certain do you think he feels that he can win with you and make you happy? 0 to 10, or minus 10 to plus 10?
Minus 10.
Minus 10. Just so the feminine forces in the room understand, that is cancer to a man. To not make you happy means I'm worthless to most men, even the ones you think don't care. We're wired to make it better for you. We're wired to try to please you. And when you light up, it lights up our souls. How certain do you think he feels that he can win with you and make you happy? 0 to 10, or minus 10 to plus 10?
Minus 10.
Minus 10. Just so the feminine forces in the room understand, that is cancer to a man. To not make you happy means I'm worthless to most men, even the ones you think don't care. We're wired to make it better for you. We're wired to try to please you. And when you light up, it lights up our souls.
1 hour and 10 minutes, my life went from believing everything is going to be okay, me and my wife are rebuilding our marriage, just gone. I was leaving work and she called me and said, "Hey babe, I feel like I'm having a panic attack." And so I said, "Well, just pull over and just stay there and I'll come and we'll drive together." She got out of the car. She was just going to get in the back seat to sit with Elsie. And that's when the phone cut out. She passed out. So I called back and Elsie answered the phone and said, "Daddy, Mama fell down. She's having a panic attack." I said, "Okay, I'm on my way. I'm right there." I got there and I saw my wife laying on the ground and I just knew that it wasn't right. But again, going back to the hope and just be, nope, everything's gonna be okay. And so I trying to feel for pulse. At the same time, I'm trying to tell my daughter, like, "Hey, Mama's gonna be okay." When we got to the hospital, they let me go back in with her, and the sounds of them working on her, like I can still hear my wife's ribs breaking from them doing chest compressions. And I held her hand and I was praying. I swear, man, she came back. She had come back enough to just say goodbye. And then that's when they called it time of death, 12:20. It was 1 hour and 10 minutes from when she had called me. 1 hour and 10 minutes.
I didn't want to hurt you more. I didn't tell you everything because I didn't want to hurt you more. That's what they say, right? When you find out more shit, when you uncover more of their lies. I didn't tell you everything because I didn't want to hurt you more. What it is. Withholding information is not protection. It is control. Because when someone cheats, their partner's reality is shattered, right? We start questioning what was real, what wasn't, what did I miss, and what more is there that I don't know. And when the details are hidden, minimized, or released slowly over time, the nervous system never really gets to settle. And this slow discovery of the truth is probably one of the most damaging things to happen after cheating. Because when every single new detail comes out, that wound reopens. All of the trust that we have built is erased, and the body learns one thing. There will always be more coming. And them saying, I was trying to protect you, usually just means they were trying to protect themselves from more consequences. Real honesty understands this. Short-term pain creates long-term safety, but delayed truth creates long-term trauma. You don't get to decide what information your partner can handle when you have already taken their choice away once. And full honesty doesn't mean you get to dump all the information on them at once. It means that you calmly answer all their questions with full, complete transparency and honesty, even when it creates negative emotions, and even when it makes you look more like shit. Because clarity and consistency are the only things that are going to allow the nervous system to stand down. And without nervous system safety, there is no rebuilding. Only constant vigilance. Only the feeling of forever sitting at the edge of your seat. Have
you ever wondered why, no matter how much you fight, get mad at each other, or slam doors in silence, you just can't live without each other? According to psychology, a human can only have one true love in their lifetime. Not the one who's always smooth, but the one who feels like gravity. Even through the worst storms, you clash hard, words fly, tempers flare, days pass in cold quiet. But when the anger fades, your souls pick up right where they left off. They've held the parts of you that scare everyone else away, and still chose you every single time. So if someone's face just came to your mind while listening, send them this video, because they're probably missing you too.
I guess I just wish that it wasn't. I know it's giving Allison. How do you know that it's giving me enlightenment?
It's awareness.
But I'm just saying, how do you know that reaction that I'm getting awareness?
Oh, I don't. It's an assumption.
No, I'm just...
I don't.
I understand that, but that's what we do. We assume. We don't listen. You assume I'm having enlightenment.
Okay.
And what are you having?
What just happened here?
I don't know. Allison got really upset and I couldn't figure out what triggered. I don't know.
I don't know. I saw red lights. I don't know. I just saw red. It's a trigger.
What is the trigger?
The trigger is him going, Allison, I feel like
talking about you.
Always about me.
Okay.
It's about me. It's about me. It's about me. And I want it to be about him.
Okay.
Also.
So that's what we're trying to work on, right? So if you want it to be about him,
I need to
be a better listener.
Yes.
And don't pass the ball.
Okay. And I need to own my space.
Own your space.
Mm-hmm.
That was brilliant. I never heard you ever say that.
Just made up.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I actually like him right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
I like you better today than I've liked you in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Why? Because
Like
I'm
this
owning my
minute.
space? Okay.
Because you actually talked.
Mm-hmm.
Masculation is important because women want men to be in provide mode. But when we criticize, which is a form of emasculation, a man will retract from providing to protect. And if it's a direct attack, like on your character, you're just like your fill in the blank, your father, now he's protecting himself. And that's what brings out the worst in men, when they're protecting themselves, because it overrides their compelling desire to protect others. They're the smallest version of themselves, and they're protecting themselves. And they could shut down, right? They could withdraw, or they could attack. And women cause men to attack, and then we think that's who men are. Women cause men to withdraw, and we think, oh, you ghosted me, right? We have all these accusations after we've caused it by doing something like ignoring, for example, walking by a man day after day as if he's not even worth acknowledging his existence. Women do that a lot.
17 years ago, my first husband, my OG husband, was in a car accident. That changed his life forever. It changed my life forever. It changed a lot of people in our world's lives forever. And today is the anniversary. 17 years. It's hard to wrap my head around, but we're going to celebrate. So I'm going to go pick up Brandon, and we're going to go celebrate him and celebrate his life. So come with us.
Hey, B, you know that it's been 17 years since your accident? So I was thinking today, Brando, we could go get some Starbucks. Does that sound good? Yeah. And you want to get a haircut? Okay. So we're going to have a celebrate Brandon's life day. Do you want a frappuccino? Do you want caramel or mocha? White chocolate? White chocolate. Okay. White chocolate, mocha, frappuccino. You ready to get your haircut?
For you, for me.
You like your new haircut? You look handsome. Did you have a good day? Yeah.
You think the purpose of relationship is pleasure. But then at some stage, most people exit when it's not pleasurable enough. They run. And they think they're going to find some other place where it's just pleasure. But they don't realize the loss of pleasure is not just changing chemistry, it's because you've not grown. In the beginning, you're attracted to someone because there's similarities, but there's certain differences, something that you like about them. But if you stay in relationship and you don't grow, those parts that she respects or likes in him that she thinks are not in her are in her. She's just disidentified with them because she was not rewarded for that in her youth. He has parts she has that he disidentified from in his youth because it wasn't rewarded by his father. So you get attracted to each other, but then if you don't actually grow yourself into those qualities, you start to resent the person you still love, whereas it was the very thing you liked before. It's not because they changed, it's because you didn't grow. And so unconsciously, rather than blame yourself, you blame them. That is the purpose of relationship, is to grow spiritually. And with that comes an enormous amount of incredible love and your own growth. Works, does it?
No.
So you knew that before you started, that it wouldn't work as long as you tried. Because if I asked you to, try to pick up that chair, go ahead, try to pick it up.
Pick it up.
I said, try to pick it up. No, you picked it up. I said, try to pick it up.
Oh, for f***'s sake.
I'm asking you to try to pick it up so we can see what you did with your husband. Try to pick it up. Okay? Good, just stay there, keep trying. Do what you've been doing with your husband, and let's see if we can figure out why it's not working.
This has nothing to do with what I've been doing.
Really? Do it again, let's see. Who sees that this is exactly what she's been doing? Keep your eyes on around the horizon.
Just agreeing with him.
Oh yeah, they're just agreeing with him. What you did just now is what you've been doing with your husband. You don't do it, and you don't not do it. You put out
I've
effort.
got no idea.
I know because of what you told me. You told me you tried. I know what try is in the human nervous system. It's a justification to try to justify that we really did do our part, and we didn't fail because we didn't do what was necessary or were fearful. It's because the thing just didn't come together. And you're not committed to connecting with your husband. You're committed to being right.
I'm grateful that I had 17 days. How she shaped not only my 3 kids, but she shaped me. And I think I would have let go of her hand an hour sooner. She said, instead of going to dinner and a movie, I kind of have a stomach ache. I think I'd like to go to the clinic, make sure I don't have the stomach flu. Went to the emergency room, and the entire time we talked about where we could still get dinner reservations. And a couple hours later, after x-rays and MRI and CAT scan, the nurse walks in, turns the TV off, and sits down, has some papers in her hand, and without missing a breath, she looks at us and says, "You have cancer." And just like that, our entire worlds were flipped upside down, but the immediate thought was, we'll fight it. And as soon as we said those words aloud, the nurse looked at us and says, "The tumors in your abdomen are innumerable. We can't even count how many tumors there are." Day 7, which was probably the hardest for me, I believe that was March 1st. That was our anniversary in the hospital. Day 17 just felt different. Came downstairs early in the morning and just sat next to her bed, and I held her hand. I wanted to stay by her side the entire day, and I held her hand the entire day. At about 10:50 p.m., I was in a chair next to her bed, and I let her hand go. And at 10:54, my daughter Jasmine sits up in her chair, gasps, and says, "Dad, is she okay?" And I looked at her, and I could tell she had stopped breathing. She loved me that much that she wouldn't die if I was holding her hand. Great.
I love you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You
I'm
don't.
sorry, I do.
You don't. You don't know me. You don't.
Yes, I do. I know that you feel like shit that you weren't there when your mother died. I know that you've never been able to forgive yourself for it. I know that you cheat so no one else can hurt you first, and that you leave, when you feel like you're being loved too much. I know you, Sarah. I see you, Sarah. I see you. And I love you. And not some idea of you. I love you. All of you.
Maybe you feel that way right now, but what about tomorrow? What about next week? What about next month? Once you have me, really have me, then what?
Then we have a cup of tea. Keep it simple. We lie in the grass. We read books to share our life.
It's just not worth the risk for me. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's okay. I don't want to upset you. It's okay.
I have 4 children that rely on me and a controlling husband.
I see. Now, how do you define controlling?
Oh, did it hurt?
Oh, that was very warm. When you turned around and went, "Did that hurt?" and looked at him like that, which one of the 6 needs were you pursuing?
Number 3, significance.
Yes, thank you. Give her a hand for that honesty. That's very nice. What's your first name again?
Sam?
Sam? Sam, did you ever have a nickname that wasn't a male name?
No.
Can I call you Sammy?
No.
Do you have a middle name?
Judy.
I'm going to call you Judy. Who are you closer to, your mother or your father? I know you love them both, I'm sure, but...
No.
No, you
would be
didn't.
my mother.
Tell me about your mother.
I don't want to.
That's why you need to, honey. Do you want to be free or do you want to stay enslaved? Because right now it's not hard. How many see her enslaved to something? Right? And I think everybody here admires your courage, but your courage will only work if you keep it. You just can't have courage for a moment. And I know you're a courageous woman, or you wouldn't raise your hand in the first place because you knew what was going to happen before you raised your hand.
No,
Oh, yes, you did.
question. You didn't do a long question for him.
Yeah.
You just answered it.
But there's a reason you raised your hand. It was beyond what
Because
you
I was
imagined.
pissed off with what you were saying.
Yes. Which part pissed you off the most?
That things can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I know. Why did that piss you off? Because they haven't for you?
No.
Why do women make their feelings the center of everything?
It's a good question.
A good question, right? Man, that is a good question.
Yes.
Oh boy. So what men don't know about women is that we don't make them the center of everything. They're already the center of everything. Think of a stack of pancakes in the same place in our body, right here in the center of the body. It's where we feel sad. It's where we feel grief. It's where we feel compassion. It's where we feel joy and happiness and love. It's a stack of pancakes. It all happens right here. And this was the thing I realized on the plane. We never say, you hurt my feeling. No. You hurt my feelings.
You can be kind to animals, kind to the paperboy, kind to every stranger who crosses your path. But kindness to strangers is not the measure of our character. Kindness at home is the real test. Because strangers don't carry our history, and strangers don't activate our wounds, and strangers don't mirror back the parts of us that we've avoided for years. Our spouse does, our children do, our home does. And here's the uncomfortable truth that most people dodge. If all of your graciousness is saved for strangers, that's not kindness, that is image management. The real measure of who we are isn't the polite smile that we give to the grocery clerk. It's the tone we use with the partner who loves us. It's the patience we offer when our children are overwhelmed. It's the softness we choose on the days our egos want to snap. Because marriages don't collapse from one major betrayal. They erode slowly from daily neglect, from casual disrespect, from the slow leak of everyday unkindness and indifference. Kindness to strangers might make people like you. Kindness to your spouse makes you trustworthy. Kindness to strangers creates an image. Kindness at home creates a person of character. And if we are kind everywhere except our own house, that's not kindness, that's performance. That is image management dressed up as virtue.
But I promise you this.
No one wants to be in a relationship where their partner is just waiting for them to change for the relationship to really start, right? you want to feel like your relationship is your home, not the future home you're going to have if you change.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of acceptance that has to happen. Of course, we want to change and get better and grow with each other, but you can't really be in a conditional relationship. I'm going to love you when you change. I'm going to be generous with you when you change. That's not the real
But that
thing.
is what people want.
That's not going to work.
Okay, you're saying they're brainwashing. Okay, you're saying these people that are experts in brainwashing is using the Department of Education to brainwash our children.
Yes.
What are they after? Why are they doing it?
Well, if you want to move a country from a free individualistic economy,
which we have,
yes, or had,
okay,
to a planned economy, you have to do it through the schools. You have to dumb down and brainwash, change the attitudes and values. You have to completely, social engineering has to go on constantly, and many teachers know what I'm talking about. And people are going to say, well, when did this start? And who on earth ever did this? Why would a plan like that be allowed to be carried out?
That's right.
Well, then you have to go back to 1934, which I will do, and we have to go to the three-pronged fork, okay? So I do think that the watershed year, although you can go back to the early part of the century when the Rockefeller Foundation and the Carnegie Corporation were deeply involved in education, and that it was decided then that Carnegie would deal with the international part and Rockefeller domestic. They commissioned the American Historical Association to put together a study of the social studies, and they came up with lots of volumes, but I have one little volume, Conclusions and Recommendations for the Social Studies. And basically that little one is an original book. I wish I'd brought it with me. Too bad. But I don't even dare let it out of the house. It's so important. It called for changing the United States through the schools from a free individualistic economy to a socialist, collectivized, planned economy in the New World Order.
It says that in the book?
Yes.
And that book was written when?
In 1934.
By who?
It was the Carnegie Corporation paid for it. The American Historical Association put it together. And
can people get that book in the library?
No.
No?
No, they can't. They were very instrumental in getting the Elementary and Secondary Education Act passed, which, as I said before, changed education from knowledge, content-based, academic, to performance-based behavior. And from that time on, because that was necessary for what we're looking at now with school to work agenda is the planned economy is performance-based.
So they're training workers.
They're training
not
little
thinkers, not leaders.
Exactly. At that time, you had a general, Buck Chisholm, a Canadian general psychiatrist, who was a very close friend of Alger Hiss's. And he gave a speech in 1945 to the World Health Organization, which basically recommended getting rid of the conscience.
Wow.
Yes. And he said we would do it through the schools. We would retrain the teachers to be little psychiatrists. He said it is an international system they're looking at. They're going to change the behavior of the children. They're going to change the teachers' training. They're going to do everything. He told them everything.
And they didn't believe him?
No, they just, well, you know what goes on.